Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. As the title suggests, this is how to get and the review for the Worldline 0 exotic sword. Now this quest does involve collecting at least 35 of the data keys that are around Mars. You can keep track of how many you have on the map, and in fact I'm going to leave a link down below to a pretty incredible Reddit article that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to get each one. It's what I used to do it, honestly. They link to little 35-second YouTube videos on where exactly they are. It's a pretty great resource, so I'll definitely link it down below. But in this video, we'll take a look at the weapon, what I think of it, and an update on exactly where you can get the Sleeper Simulant. Let's get into it. Alright, so amongst other things, of course, I spent today finding as many of these data keys as I can. The important thing to keep in mind is that you only need 35 of these keys found in order to get the exotic sword. Once you get 35, you can make your way to the Lost Sector in the Futurescape, the one with a giant 2 on the side of the building, and you can make your way down. You've probably been down here a couple times just getting these data keys, but now you can return and you can open the cache that honestly I didn't even know was here. I didn't really look that close, but here it is, and it only requires 35 to open. Once you open it, you are rewarded the Worldline 0. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. So the Worldline 0 is an exotic arc sword. It is the first exotic sword in Destiny 2, and it's got some pretty incredible perks. The first one, the intrinsic exotic perk, is Tesseract. Press R2 after sprinting for a period of time to perform a Tesseract. What's a Tesseract? Good question. It's essentially a sort of dash forward and a little kind of windmill move at the end of it, which does a lot of arc damage and devastates anyone around you. It actually has an additional move, and I'm not sure why the copy is different here than it is in the tooltip on your character screen, but you also have a mid-air dash you can do with it as well, kind of like a little mini blink, but with damage at the end. It also has a cool trait called Tireless Blade. Powered sword kills grant sword ammo. Now, the other detail of note is, of course, the fact that this exotic has an exotic catalyst and can become a masterwork. I'm super happy and very, very excited for these catalysts. I think it's really cool and something very different, and I like that there's still a little bit of mystery, especially with this one, since it just has a bunch of question marks, as if catalysts weren't sort of vague enough into how to get them. We have absolutely no idea how to get our hands on the catalyst for this one. I was thinking that it might be when you get 45 of them, and it turns out you are rewarded an exotic sparrow. And honestly, I'm okay with this. We got this with the calcified fragments in Destiny 1, where you would have to only collect 45 to get the exotic quest, and then 50 gave you a shader. I think this was just a way for Bungie to make it a little bit easier for more people to collect these fragments and get the exotic quest. So overall, I'm pretty okay with this, so you don't have to stress out super hard if you're missing a couple of them. But, you know, it is nice to be able to get an exotic sparrow, which is pretty cool. We can't have it both ways. If we want this stuff out of Eververse, we have to accept the different ways we get them, and I'm totally fine with it taking the 45 slot. But anyways, about the sword itself, it performs like your normal swords. I am honestly a little disappointed that it only has 27 in the magazine, but I really do miss having double that ammo capacity as it was in Destiny 1, and I think that would have been really cool here. Honestly, with 27 in the mag, I just don't see it as super viable, but I do really want to test it in Leviathan, and I'll let you know how that goes when I get a chance to do it. But for the most part, this is a pretty cool sword. It kind of reminds me as a cross between the Boltcaster and the Dark Drinker, kind of a little bit of both, and which is pretty cool. I was hoping for maybe one of each element, but I guess we'll have to settle for Arc. When I first saw the ornament for this at Eververse, the one that kind of looks purple and voidy, I was thinking maybe this is, you know, one that you can transform the element for, kind of like the Hardline or the Solaris, but alas, it is Arc. And, you know, it's an exotic sword. I'm not as super excited for it as I thought I would be, but I do still want to give it more tries. Anyways, moving on, we have some more information about what I thought would be the quest for Sleeper Simulant, and it turns out that it's actually the world quest for Mars. So you have to go through this through line with Anna Bray, do the different tasks that she's asking you to do, and eventually we'll get to Sleeper Simulant. I'll be having a video about Sleeper Simulant and this quest later on, but I did want to kind of point you in the right direction in case you want to get started on that. But anyways, that's pretty much it. A quick look at the Worldline Zero. It's a pretty neat weapon, not my favorite exotic sword, but I do have to give it more of a chance before I can really determine how well it is. I want to take it in some strikes, maybe even the Nightfall. But anyways, let me know in the comments below if you've taken it into any endgame activities and how it performs. I think I've yet to get a real good sense on the damage numbers and the devastation that's possible with this weapon. But anyways, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.